to this quick little watercolour sketch, and this one is going to be some pansies in a pot. So I'm going to start off as I did with the lavender and the geranium with the pot first. So I've got a little terracotta colour on my brush, and I'm just going to get the rim in, add it a bit more water, and the pot down here. And remember, if you're looking down onto the pot, you can see inside the pot, so that's curved, and you can also see that the bottom will be curved. It's all to do with your perspective. So I don't want to see any flat bottoms, please. Right, that will do, whoops, for the pot for now. And now I'm going to start with the flower head. I've mixed a pretty blue, you can mix whatever colour you like. I'm going to start with the bottom petals. This is going to be a blue and white pansy. So the white of the paper is going to be the white on your pansy. And there's a little shape coming round the bottom. And then there's a petal up here towards the centre. This is not an exact, it's a little watercolour sketch, a little bit of fun. And here's the other petal around the side, a bit more paint, just letting it drop in and do what it wants to do. And there's the other petal there, and then behind you have the bigger ones at the back, and we're going to make that, usually a couple of those. We'll just get that shape in for now. So that's one for now. I'm now going to put one that's pointing in that direction, so we're going to get sort of the curl of the leaf, as it were. Need a bit more paint. So we can see that that one is sort of facing that way. It's just giving the impression. And then we're going to have a little bud up here, which is just starting to open. Now, drop some more colour in here, and a bit more in here. It's very windy outside today, so I hope that doesn't spoil your enjoyment of this little film. Right, now I'm going to my green. While that's sitting there and drying, I'm going to make a green colour, which is pretty much what's in my palette at the moment, a bit of sap green, and I'm going to just go down with a stalk and another stalk down there, and we're going to want, that's going to have some little sepal bits, don't want to touch that just yet, and another stalk down here. Okay, and then the leaves are that sort of shape. See how I'm letting the brush do a lot of the work? And I've left a gap in the pot rim going round the back for my bit of stem and leaves. Let's have another one up there, and another one down here. Rinse off my brush. Right, I'm going back to the terracotta pot. We're going to have the light coming from this way, so I'm going to put a bit of shadow in on that side, and I'm just going to run this brown down here because of the soil in the pot, and I'm leaving that little highlight on the top of that rim because the light is catching it. And as I often say, sometimes we get a bit of moss on the pot, and I quite like to put a bit of something in. There, that's that one. Now I want to make this blue a bit darker. I've used a mixture actually. What have I used? A bit of cobalt. I'm going to go straight to cobalt now, and I'm going to put a bit of darker colour just so we can create a bit of shape, because they're quite frilly little petals. And I'm leaving that white there so you can see the definition of the petal, and also they do have white, some of them right on the edge of the petal. If you look down at the edge of the petal, it's right on the edge. So let's just put a little bit, just to make it a bit more lifelike. Let's go in here and make this darker. It's lovely, just see how that colour is just running about. This is a number 6 brush, and no reason to change brushes on this little painting. Just pulling a bit of that darker out there like that. Lovely. Let's put another little petal in behind here, just to imply there's another one there. And likewise, let's go darker in here, because this is going to the centre where the little yellow bit's going to be. In fact, I'm going to go to one of my favourite colours, which is Payne's Grey, and just put a little bit there, just to show that the petal is curving in and going down, and likewise to show that that is going behind that other petal there. Now, what's happening over here? Okay, let's do a similar thing with that, just to get, oh gosh, that wind, just to get a bit more shape in that. And let's brighten that colour up a bit. I say it's just a little watercolour sketch, a bit of fun. Not enough fun around, is there? There we go, that'll do for that. Right, let's have a few more little, just using the tip of the brush. I'm often saying let the brush do the work. Just a little tip there, that's it, just to give that shape. Lovely. Now back to that green, I just want to zhuzh it up a little bit, so to speak. And put some of the marks in of where the shape of the leaf goes. There we go, like that. And then let's get a bit of the old Payne's Grey in there, just to cast some shadow and say there's a bit of soil, maybe not quite that strong. And let's go to the yellow, which is going to run, but I'm happy with that. I'm at 1. I think that might look rather pretty if it runs actually. In there. Now I just feel I want to get a bit of shape in these white bits, so I'm just going to make a bit of shadow with some Payne's Grey, very pale, very weak, and try and create a bit of shape so it's not all stark white. Just to give the idea that there's a bit of curve in it. Oh, look how that yellow has run, but I think that's rather sweet. And let's put a little bit more detail up here. A bit stronger colour, because as always I start very light. You can always add more colour afterwards. I hear a child out there as well now, adding to the cacophony of sound. Brighten those up a little bit. Add in a bit more green. And then I think we'll just have a bit of splattering on the plant pot. There we go. And what about a bit more colour on those pansies? Shall we just pop in a bit of a slightly pinky colour? Move that bit of terracotta, I didn't want that bit there. And a shadow underneath the pot, of course. Just shadow down there and under that rim and inside. In the pot, let's get a bit more dark under there. And we'll just have a little bit more, of course that has all spread, that leaf. So I'm gonna, oh that's rather fun. Okay, so I think we'll say there's your pansy in a pot. You can choose whatever colour you like, just have fun playing around with it. And don't forget to share, click on like for this video, share it and subscribe, and share your paintings with me too. I hope you've enjoyed that little film. Thank you.